Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is But Peep This, the podcast where we talk about whatever the hell we want. I'm Lionel, that's Jen, that's J.E.'s. Sean won't make it onto the episode tonight. He's in jail because he tried to pass off a fake mink. He told this woman that it was a mink coat that he was selling. Turns out it was Eastern Arkansas pit bull fur. So he has a case pending. We don't know when he's getting out of jail, but the lady was pretty pissed because she got a red nose pit coat instead of a fucking mink. But
I am not the lawyer for this.
Jen is not defending him. Hit that like and subscribe button, leave a comment, share, all of that good stuff. We got time for comments, so if you comment, we will answer it. Somebody will, 9 times out of 10. So thank y'all for rocking with us. Yada yada yada. Let's get to some funny shit. So, Jen, I I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna read something to you, and I want you guys to tell me if you think this is cap. Okay.
Okay.
There is a phone company called Patriot Mobile. And Patriot Mobile is America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. And their mission is to defend our God-given constitutional rights and freedoms.
I feel like it's
Man,
got to be true, and I hate it.
Is that true or is that cap?
because I was just about to say you can't ask me stuff in 2023. In 2008, this is a joke. 23, not only is it possibly true, it's probably run by like a politician or something.
It's probably run by a legal group that requires you to be a Christian.
Okay. So this is an actual thing. Okay.
Of course it is.
This and it took me out. I've been laughing at this all day. Me and the coworker. Like me and this coworker, we joke all day about how everything is leftist, fascist, liberal media.
Yeah,
And like we're obviously joking, but everybody else is like, "You're damn right," and that's what makes it funnier.
right,
So,
right.
Patriot Mobile is America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. We offer broad coverage on dependable nationwide 4G or 5G networks. We are committed to providing our members
Oh,
dependable
so we
wireless
trust
service.
5G.
Right.
Right, we're here. Okay. We are committed to providing our members dependable wireless service and exceptional support while relentlessly fighting our shared values. Patriot Mobile donates a portion of every dollar earned to support organizations that fight for First Amendment religious freedoms and freedom of speech, Second Amendment rights to bear arms, sanctity of life, and needs of our veterans and first responders. First Amendment, religious freedom, speech, Second Amendment right, bear arms, all capital. Like capital words, which I'm
Okay.
pretty sure is not grammatically correct. Like bear arms is not a proper noun.
Right.
Bear is
It's
not even a
not.
proper noun.
None of this is a proper
Right? Okay. Okay. You guys have unlimited plans, right?
Yeah.
How much is your unlimited plan, Jay?
35.
Jay, how much is your unlimited plan?
I think around the same thing. I never thought about it. It
What
just
what do
comes
you
out.
what I know Jen has boost. What do you have, Jay?
Metro.
Bro. We're gonna get to Metro in a minute. Um, I'm gonna tell you about Metro motherfucking asses. Um, okay. So if you want unlimited talking text with 1 gigabyte of data, how much is that gonna run you?
You can get 1 gig of data?
Yep. 1 gig of data with unlimited talking text.
Are we living in 2012?
What would you pay for that?
Shit.
I wouldn't. I need more.
Okay.
Way.
Unlimited talking text with a gigabyte a month. That's $25 plus tax.
That's way too much.
Okay. What about 3 gigs?
Nigga, you
Unlimited
might as
talking
well
text.
give me a house phone, nigga. I'm like,
That might as well be a house phone.
shit.
3 gigs of data. How much?
Man, look, I'm not doing it. But if I had to give a number,
Humor
and I'm
me.
giving real numbers,
Humor me. Yeah.
numbers. For that 1 gig, you're not charging me $8 a month. For 3 gigs, we're going to 8. That's just it. Look, you ain't charging me no more
I'd
than
be willing to spend 15 on 3 gigs if I had to.
Okay.
35.
But like no more. Like that's pushing.
35.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
No.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. This is
Oh, here we go. Here we go. 10 gigabytes of data.
I'm gonna guess it's like 60. I
It's
would
50.
not pay that.
50.
no, I was about to say 60 too. So wow.
22 gigs. 65. Unlimited plan. 75 a month. Plus tax now. Plus tax.
No, plus tax, I hit 37 something.
Well, I don't pay for a phone plan because
Who the hell is paying for this?
You know who.
Yo,
you listen, look at
talk,
you know
straight
who.
talk is still out there.
Bro, Straight Talk is a goat. Let me hear Straight Talk
I was with
Page
Straight
Plus
Talk for a long time.
goats.
I want to note that the only reason I'm with Boost Mobile now is because Virgin Mobile no longer operates in the US and they moved me.
Gotcha.
Dude.
The reason I moved from Boost is because during the time they didn't have the coverage area that I needed. That was the only reason.
No, that's fair, especially if you're early there. I always live in a big city, so I can get away with it.
Right.
So here's my real thing about Patriot Mobile, which I feel is hilarious. Okay. So how many Patriot Mobile phone towers do you think are out there?
Exactly. That's exactly what they do. From working in that industry a little bit, that's exactly what they do. So, of course, it has to be very few.
I guarantee you at least
You just really want to
there are at least 20,000 people with Patriot Mobile.
show your face for a second and you can move. Bam, there you go. Now you see your face. All right.
Oh, if you get 3 lines of with Patriot Mobile, your unlimited plan is $63.75 with Peace plus tax.
Wait. 3 lines. Unlimited. Is then 60?
Yeah, it's 63.
These prices ain't making sense, man.
That's the Christian
prices ain't making
conservative
sense.
values.
They don't believe in the public education. Fact.
This is nuts. I just
but see, it's like I told y'all when I was working at Pine Belt Wireless, when Pine Belt was like one of the only services in this area running through the Black Belt area, and companies like T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T was all paying them when their customers had to travel through here because they had their own towers. But when Verizon and AT&T started buying people up, Pine Belt was like, nah, man, I'm gonna stand on my own. I got this. Shit. Now Pine Belt had to pay them. and they have to pay them a good amount of money for that shit. I don't even know how Pine Belt is still moving, honestly. I really don't understand that.
Verizon was like, all right, still stay on your own.
Right?
Yeah, all
And
right.
bought the surrounding area, just bought them all out. Honestly, I understand why that store in Marion is gone, the one that I was working at, because there's no reason why that manager should have been trying to convert me to
What you
Christianity
mean
while
gone?
we on the clock. That store ain't there no more. The
Yes, it
subway ain't even
is.
there no more. The building is there. The store isn't.
Dude,
Yeah,
Pine Belt is still in Marion. I'm
maybe the
almost certain of it.
service.
I'm
The,
almost certain the Pound Belt is still in Marion.
wait, the actual store that you can walk into?
Yeah,
No,
next to the drugstore.
no, it's not.
Well, that's my city. Yeah, now come on now.
It can't. That's another cell phone company. I think what is like B Mobile or something.
Hold up.
He's gonna go look on maps. Right?
Point of information. Hold up.
Robert's rules of order.
Yo, y'all go to y'all got Eric Mays out here about to run for like mayor or some shit. Y'all stop boosting
Eric
that man
Mays,
up like that.
I would vote for him. I swear I would.
Stop boosting that man up like
I
that.
swear I would.
I haven't heard a position yet that he stand on other than antagonizing the other people on that board.
I need it. We need
And
that kind of person.
You know what? At this point, yeah, vote for it. Vote for him, damn it. Put everybody in. Whatever it is go. It's a free fall at this point. Go. But no, that store in Marion, again, wildly, wildly unprofessional. Sir, why do you have me watching videos of somebody accounts of when they went to hell and came back while we on the clock? Why are we doing this, sir?
Sir, we're on the clock, sir.
Why are we doing it?
Sir,
Somebody just walked in the
not.
store. Somebody just walked in the store to buy something. You got me over here watching this stuff on YouTube. On YouTube. Get off YouTube, man.
Pine Belt
YouTube
Wireless.
is for cat videos. Hmm?
Pine Belt Wireless has offices in Arlington, Selma,
Yep.
Grove Hill,
Yep. Pass by.
Linden,
Yep.
and Marion.
That store, I'm telling you, you're gonna have to show me that physical store. Because the one I used to work at was right next to the subway. The subway ain't there no more. But if you're talking about, you know what? No. I'm wrong on this.
I was gonna say because I'm about to screen
I'm
share
wrong on this. Because now I know the drugstore that you're talking about. I'm wrong on this. I'm wrong on this because they moved it, and by the time they moved it, I had already got up out of there. I started working at Foot Locker. So yeah, I thought they lost the whole store. Now I don't know if that dude is still there. He shouldn't be.
I doubt it.
I hope not.
One of my last days working was at the store in Selma. And this is the day I found out the power of social media, by the way. Yep, that's it. I know what you're talking, that little strip right there. That's it.
Downtown Marion is depressing as hell, and nobody buying furniture from Tony Long expensive.
Yo, look, spin that. I was just going to say that courthouse. There's some interesting history about that courthouse. So the person who constructed that courthouse is, I think, either French or European. They paid a lot of money to do that, but he's the same person who constructed one of the plantation houses here in Uniontown. And the one that he did here, the locals call it Pitt's Folly. Pitts because the man's last name was Pitts, but they call it Folly because they say he was a fool for having such a big ass house. That that house is still here. It's behind Cahaba Heights, and it is a big ass house. Those same beams that are on the courthouse is on that house.
Is it being lived in?
Yes, and that is a bit that lets you know just how close you are to history on some shit. You
I
know,
was gonna say, let you know how old the money is running through Uniontown.
and not
Yeah,
just that. That train track over there by Cahaba Heights, that train track is right in front of Pitt's Folly. They own stock in that railroad company. These motherfuckers got plenty long ass generations on generations on generations of money. Just stupid money.
that's
Is I'm still trying to find a way, and I don't know how much it costs. I don't know who I need to talk to. But I looked at the census, I think, of 1860, if I'm not mistaken. And I have to look at all the stuff that I took down from this, but there's a number popping in my head, and I think is the one that I remember. There was 331 slaves on the census in 1860 here. So what I want to do is to see just how many of those enslaved people can be directly linked to people who are either still in Uniontown or spent most of their lives in Uniontown. I would love to know if there's just a straightforward direct link to a lot of people. What you got?
Why don't you get a free trial to Ancestry.com?
Yeah, but then that would just be for me.
But you can still access all those records and stuff.
Oh,
some public libraries also have access to parts of Ancestry, which might
Yeah.
be helpful.
oh shit. I would love to do this, but I would also love to record it some way.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you that like this.
Oh shit. Okay.
Be careful with how far back you go. Because listen, I was doing the Ancestry like 2 months ago, and
This is
I made one mistake. And it was like my great granddad was a white man. And I had a blast telling my mom that her granddad was a white man. But it ended up not being
that's
true.
so fucked up. That's so fucked.
And
That's
my
so
mom was like, my granddad was not a white man. Do you remember him?
that's,
No. Have you ever seen him? No, because he's a white man.
that's so fucked.
She was so pissed off at me.
But I think I told y'all. I think I told y'all before. There's like 3 plantation houses still in this town, and I know for sure. Well, no, now I know with absolute certainty, all 3 of them are being lived in. One of them was lived in by a teacher for a really long time. I wonder if that. No, I'm not.
That's got to be old money. There's no way a teacher could afford that on their own.
Yeah, and it's a massive ass house. It's massive, and it's not like if I would have said the address that I was saying something wrong because it's a part of the National Registry, and she lives in it.
Don't tell mom I gave you a Pringle, all right? Be cool.
Really, really. That's crazy. I'm gonna see if I can see what I can do with that. I tried to do something years ago here, and people shut me out. I was saying like, "Yo, for Black History Month, this may be a bit morbid, and maybe probably not do it for Black History Month if you don't want to do that link there, which I understand. But if you're teaching history in this town, then there should be some type of publicly funded field trip where the classes are able to go around to these houses that are on the like historic registry. Like you should be able to go inside and see all that shit, especially that one on Highway 80 that has all original furniture from the 1800s. All that stuff in that house is original. So the only way I know is we were sneaking down there before they blocked it off. We were we were sneaking down there and looking in there. Of course, you have to go at night, and it's dark as fuck down there. The homie Menzo picked up a skull of some type of dead animal, and he had it in his car on the dashboard for like 2 weeks. I know it was 2 weeks because around the 3rd week that I seen it, it wasn't in that car anymore. It's like, yo, what happened to the skull? It's like, nah, just threw it out. Don't worry about it.
Goddamn spirits was after his ass.
I was like, you know what? If you told me that quick, I ain't gonna worry about it. Just I don't even want to
Damn
know where you
ghost told him to make a left. Take this shortcut over here, bro.
Listen,
Billy Joe
it's
was sitting in the
debatable
front
if I
seat with
believe
his
in
ass.
ghosts, but the moment that shit was like, it's time to go, fuck that.
That's it. That's it. What a, the last point I'm gonna get over because I hate to stay on it. The last point about that house on Highway 80, the morbid reality of all of that is before you travel on this little dirt road, you go down, you go around this curve, and you come here, and all the shit open out. There's a big ass field behind it. All the shit open out. It's a big ass house just sitting back there. But before you get back to that house, when you're going down that dirt road, you can see the small shack that the slaves lived in. That is the shit
Shit is
that
crazy.
at the time when I was going down there and I wasn't taking it all in, I was like, wow, it was there. But if I were to go down there now, man, I don't want to get in no trouble. So I don't want to go down there. Let's put it that
There,
way. But I thought it was a good idea. If you're teaching history, then they should be able to go around to all these houses and really know just how thick and how recent actually that history is. But when I told it to a few people, a few teachers, and when I tried to call back like a couple weeks or so later, nobody never answered. Tried to call back again. They gave me the runaround. Oh, call back at this time, and it was like, okay, I get the picture. I know what's going on. Y'all probably told somebody else, and they was like, all right, you be that black ass quiet. Get out of here.
Keep that nigga quiet.
Keep that nigga quiet.
But you know what's crazy? You know, Mel taught at Hatch, and she tried to do the same thing.
Word. Well, I mean, dang.
I was gonna say a lot of people don't want to confront the fact that their families were complicit or active participants of that system.
That's the thing. And we had this, I'm not gonna tell you the name. There's a teacher who taught at Francis Marion. She was proud, like, oh, this road right here was named after my daddy. This road right here is named after my uncle. I want to say, you proud that your uncle was a racist?
You know what? Just start asking questions like, oh, that's interesting. Why was it named after him?
Yeah, why? Why is this last name here Plantation? That's a great question.
What do you mean by plantation? What do you mean by plantation?
Right. Put your hand on your cheek like this. Yeah, what do you
mean?
What's that?
And those are the same families that will not give up records to help people trace their ancestry.
Yep. Owning the staples in the community like banks and shit.
Yeah, because the shit killed me about Africa Town in Mobile. Because what's weird about Africa Town is we know it was started by the last recorded, but shouldn't have been recorded slaves because it was illegal to bring them in at that time. But the town was started by them, but everything in the town is owned by one family, and they refuse to let the shit go. Like all of even the buildings that's like decaying and falling and shit, they refuse to let it go. They had one person in that family that they thought was a wild card that they could get close to because the rest of the family wasn't cool with him. But after they got real close to him, all access got shut off. And that's a part of that family, and that family is like a family of lawyers and other politicians and shit, but they own almost all that shit in Africa Town.
I wouldn't let it go either.
Why?
Like, why you want
just
it so
hold
bad?
on to it?
Why you want it so bad?
No, look, man, the black folks in Africa Town, that's one of them towns that I'm looking at with Uniontown because they were able to trace it. A lot of the black folks in Africa Town are able to trace back to those first people who started that town. So being that we started this town, we don't own shit around here. Nah, man. Nah. They just own unnecessary, unkept land in Africa Town that every once in a while somebody be like, you know what, man, I got a lawnmower. I'll go over there and cut. That's fun.
Well, that's different. But
that's
shit.
Fun.
Know your history, ladies and gentlemen.
Know your history, man. Know your history.
And if you are a white person that thinks you are related to people that used to own slaves, you should help find those records and put them
Yes.
in the hands of people that are looking for their ancestors.
Yes.
And throw them a couple $2 for the trouble.
Oh, a couple dollars, man.
That too.
A couple dollars. Shit.
Shit. Enough to buy a fucking pizza at the Chevron or
Come
something.
on, man. Come on.
Let me tell
Even
you.
if I-
Look. I'm glad we switch gear. Hunt's Brothers Pizza is the true unsung hero of a small town.
I can't disagree only because the few times I buy a box of pizza, like the whole pizza, that shit work. That shit work. And it's not bad reheated. It's not bad when you reheat it.
I don't know if I've ever had Hunt's Brothers Pizza.
It's worth it. It is absolutely
admitted. But on the note of reheated, I just eat pizza cold when it's leftovers.
That's
You know what though?
so
No.
weird.
But I was just about to say, look, cold pizza is not bad.
Yes,
It is not bad.
Cold pizza's really
I
good.
hate cold food in general. Like not like foods that are meant to be eaten cold. I like, but like if something was hot,
me and
I
Keisha
have
have
to
this
eat
fight
it
all
hot.
the time. I'm a cold sandwich person.
I can't.
Keisha can't do cold sandwiches. I take a warm or toasted or hot sandwich, but I prefer a cold sandwich. Keisha don't like them at all. I don't know how she survives free lunch, but I mean,
listen, we've survived free lunch throwing that motherfucker in the microwave for 30 seconds.
Nah, man. Because look, I had some free lunch. What is it? I guess you say administrators or whatever. When you was there, you couldn't leave. You had to eat the stuff there, and that was it.
Listen, our church was where our free lunch was at. We used the microwave there. They said, yeah, you got to eat it here. They didn't say I had to eat it here, hot or cold. So
we had it at like the little center building in Cahaba Heights. Y'all going up in the hill. We had it at that little building. Another thing they had at that building that I shouldn't have been playing that young, but the shit was cool. It was fun. And now when they come back around to me, I think I'm gonna try again. Bingo.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Point of information. Jen, there is a Hunt's Brothers Pizza in Sparrows Point. So you essentially take $6.95, like you go on the Dundalk, and then you get off on the exit that says Sparrows Point. It's like way out of your way to get Hunt's Brothers Pizza. Way out of your way. It was way out of my way.
Keeping in mind how little I drive.
Right. It is the most unnecessary trip you will ever take for gas station pizza. Okay. Just for the record. Okay.
Anyways,
I want to go to bingo so bad.
It's so good.
I was gonna say I want to play bingo. Like that would be.
I want to go to bingo where I can win $3,800.
Oh, see, I don't know about that. See, now you're going. I don't know what bingo you going to.
I want to do like a low stakes bingo.
Yeah.
Because like I can be competitive as shit, and it's cool. Just let it go.
I tell you what pulled me back into the bingo. I seen somebody doing a TikTok live. TikTok lives are the most random pieces of entertaining bullshit I've ever seen.
It's like news protest. I'm trying to knock over this tower of coins in a game.
Oh, random dude sleeping.
Oh, that shit. No. All right, before I get back to the bingo thing, the one I've seen recently is people who tie small cameras like around their dog's or cat's neck and just have them like go through the neighborhoods. And the ones I've seen recently has been in the slums of China and stuff, like in the hood. And I'm like, yo, why is this cat just? And then again, I'm thinking, okay, so cats in the hood is just cats in the hood everywhere.
Hood is hood.
Now, somebody did let me know there's probably something nefarious going on. It was like these people are likely cutting catalytic converters from under cars so they get they know the stray cat is just going to stray, and every once in a while they're going to go into a car and it's like, bam, red camera, got that one. Like boom, white Dodge Neon. Got that one. So,
That
so
is
it could be
the most
yes,
innovative shit I
yes, it
have
is.
ever heard of my. See, this is why the
Yes, it
aliens
is.
don't want to fuck with us in the United States. If the aliens come back, they is not coming to America.
But look,
I swear they not.
so this guy I seen on TikTok had like 4 cards playing bingo, like all 4 of his cards. And I'm looking at that room. It's dimly lit. It's a bunch of old people in there. Is he had a plate of wings and a big ass cup of what looked like sweet tea. And I'm like, yo, that is the
That
life.
sounds so
That
relaxing, though.
sounds
It's
fantastic.
like, I want that shit. I
I want a
wanted that
plate of wings and to be competitive as hell for no reason.
at bingo. And nobody's talking to you because
Sounds like
everybody's
trivia, doesn't it,
focused on their
Jen?
board.
Yes, it does sound like trivia.
Oh,
They,
yo,
they used to hate to
I,
see us coming, Jay. They used to hate to see us coming.
the only trivia I have been in was an office trivia at a club one. And when motherfuckers started cheating, I wasn't interested in it because it was in it was in a room where you couldn't really see everybody individually, and not everybody in the room was there for trivia.
Mhm.
So people could just look up shit. I'm in here like, yo, I'm an office aficionado. Just give me I got this.
So at the beginning of the pandemic, my section mates and I in law school would play trivia online, and somebody would make a
Yes.
Jeopardy style trivia.
Yes.
And there are teams that he had to stop allowing me to be on because we were two of us together were too good because
Too good.
there was one other woman in my section and she knew all of the sports shit and all of that, and I've got all the nerd shit, and together we fucked everybody up and we were no longer allowed to be teammates
No, not
because
happening.
the teams were random. That was the other thing. He'd be like, okay, who's playing? I'm assigning teams.
It's
This
crazy
is
because when Jen's freshman year, I had already like
Made a team.
right. So we're playing one night, and Jen comes to her freshman hall, and we're just like looking. Jen's answering all the questions, and we kicked ass. Like
We
they
didn't win. We sucked.
they were having fun, but
We had a great time, but we were not good.
we didn't give a fuck about it. So that night we're like, hey, notice your team suck. Want to come play with some winners?
Yes.
Dude, how was hosting trivia a real job? That was our trivia team name.
Wow, I love that. I love that.
How is hosting trivia a real job?
I love that.
There was one group, like it was the theater kids. I fucking hated them.
Why does everybody hate theater kids, man?
Theater kids are either great or little assholes.
They're dicks.
Oh, you know what? That is a good point. There is no middle ground.
So
no, because like they are either wonderful people or you never want to speak to them again.
So they used to cheat, right? And it's like the host never wanted to call them out. And then they used to be able to do like requests, like you had one song to bring your answer up, and the song that was playing like were requests. So they get there and like put 30 requests in, and it's all Disney songs. And it's like, guys, come on,
man.
We're not like
one Disney song you can get away with.
We're not listening to 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20, 22 Disney songs.
Not doing that, man.
Not doing
that. No. That's a headache.
And then and on top of that, you got 20 Disney kids, theater kids sitting in a booth, all singing Disney songs every round and not getting a single question right, even though they are cheating.
Ain't no way. That's wild.
Y'all just came here to piss me off.
Yeah. They had nothing else to do that night.
Right. Then the funny part was there was a group that had people who we don't associate with anymore.
No,
And they were like, we're going to come in and we're going to beat you guys in trivia. Hey, babe. No, he's just being a little dick. He's just a
Damn.
dick. Yeah, he's your dog when he does something bad.
Oh, that's rude.
Love you. So they're like, if we come in fifth, as long as they come in sixth, we're good. And we're just looking at them like, number one,
We
you're
never
too,
come in sixth one.
right. Number one,
It's not what we do.
we're either gonna come in first or second.
Right.
Number
Because
two,
there was one other team that was usually okay.
I Heart Puppies.
Okay.
A team that I started. Just saying. The reason they weren't playing trivia with us is because they were fucking stupid.
Okay.
Okay, let's keep it real. We got tired of them in general.
Word.
And the thing is that you had to split the winnings with the whole team. So like if you had people that weren't pulling their weight, it sucked.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
And them Badger Bucks came in because when you want the loaded fries,
Yo,
listen,
hey, don't. All right, so don't play with my Badger butts.
like, do I have to explain the loaded fries to you again?
Nah, man, I
Okay.
believe you.
Because just
I believe
They
imagine
also had really good soft pretzels.
with the different layers of cheese you was talking about.
and the seasoning salt, and the fresh bacon. They had a pretty good hamburger too.
I was gonna say, like, most of that menu was pretty good.
Decent.
You know what?
Decent.
Now that I think about it, I've eaten food, of course, when I was at Alabama State with their restaurant. They used to call it the sports page. But I've also eaten food at other campus food is good. It's pretty good.
I have no complaints about our cafeteria at Spring Hill.
It was good,
Zero.
yo.
Except that one time where they did the hog roast. And we had to, like, they closed the cafeteria and they had like the pigs outside. And it's like, I can look at this pig and tell you that it's dry.
He's not.
I'm going to get a Badger burger.
And I don't know if I wasn't there or if I just don't remember.
It was one of those nights where I just said, hey guys, let's go to McKinney's.
That's fair.
Then there was the time where they dumped a literal van truck, a literal box truck full of cooked crawfish boil onto the Ridex Commons, and it was disgusting.
Yeah, no, they're
like, I'm not eating anything that they just dumped out of a truck that wasn't lined.
Nah, we're not
doing that. So yeah,
I'll just wait to get proper crawfish.
I could go right now for a slice of Spring Hill pizza, but it ain't gonna be the same because Day Day is no longer with us. And when Day Day was on the pizza line, Day Day was, oh shit.
Day Day made good pizza.
Rest in peace, Day Day. But we ain't had a slice of pizza. It ain't been the same since you left, man.
One of the things, and I don't want to anchor on this topic, but one of the things that I notice about politics, in like the last 10 years, is Republicans is just far right, further right than Republicans. They make that shit their identity and their whole personality. And when they're talking about Biden and shit, and they get somebody that they believe is liberal to say, yo, I don't like that nigga either. They don't.
They expect us to treat him like he's a god, and we're like, no, he's a person, and he's annoying.
It's like they don't know what else to say. Like, yo, I don't. Okay, cool. Right. I don't like your guy either, though. But no, you remember seeing that trend of girls who were going to prom, and the dad would be in the middle with like a gun pointed at the date or some shit. That dumb shit.
I hate that trend.
Hate it. I just want people to know now that shit happened to. If it happened to my kids, it's gonna be a new picture of us pointing guns at each other. That's just what's gonna happen. So there's a new phase of that dad that's called dad with 2 extra D's. is dad against daughters dating Democrats. Sir, look, like I wanted to mention this. I wanted to mention this when Lana was talking about the Patriot cell phone company. But most of these right-wing dating sites that start, they never last because
Well,
the
no, they
women
can't get enough women.
they're never interested. And the, they're never interested. And it's always hilarious because I'm like, yo, how bad do you have to be that y'all agree on all this hateful shit? But then they log in and browse all the men. It's like, I don't know about that. It's just weird how they make that shit their personality, like their whole being. Is I seen that shirt. I just had to bring that shirt up.
That's a
That
horrendous shirt.
it is. It is. And it's horrendous to look at. So I don't know. Lionel, are you familiar with Erica Badu's Next Lifetime song?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Jen, um if you've never consumed this joint by Erica Badu, it's a classic. It's from her first album. It's called Next Lifetime. And what I'm looking up now is I know most of the shit by heart, but I want to read to you some of it because I got a question about it.
I'm singing the
Um,
hook in my head right now. I'm scared.
right.
I'm scared to what you're about to ask.
So the hook goes, now what am I supposed to do when I want you in my world? But how can I want you for myself when I'm already someone's girl?
I guess I see you next lifetime.
Right.
I guess I see you next time.
It's a
Hey,
wonderful song.
listen, I'll be
Gotta
in my
be.
This
car
song sounds
by
like it has
myself. Listen,
potential, but that's a hell of a line.
Oh, it is a wonderful song. Erica, the song starts off with her talking to this friend because the friend has just professed his love for her and said how he dig her whole vibe and everything she's about, and he want to be more than friends. And she was like, "That's beautiful," and I feel the way too. But I think she called her relationship a situation. It's like, but she's like, but I got something going on, and the guy's like, yeah, I get that, but I really want you. and that conversation closed with her kind of being confused on what she want to do. In the verse, she's talking about the first time she's seen him. It was a warm and sunny day. Um, she really wanted him. She hoped he would come her way. All of that, right? Let me see what the second verse. But the second verse, she's talking about his energy, talking about how good of a brother he is. All of that. My question is, in that situation, one, I got two questions. One, would you go back to your significant other and say, hey, you wouldn't believe who just professed they love to me? And two, would you remain friends with that person? Because the way the song ends is she's keeping her relationship. She's telling him maybe we'll see each other next lifetime. Beautiful line. Love the line. But then I started to think, yo, that's a little toxic, man, because you really want this brother. But we in a relationship. But I know you really want that dude. So again, question one, would you tell your significant other somebody on cool with just really tried to like lay it on, just tried to get with me? And two, would you still remain friends with that person? If I'm going, I I put it like this, and I'm not just saying it for the sake of me being in this house with this woman, but for in past relationships, no, I probably wouldn't mention. I probably wouldn't mention it only because I don't think I had with them what I have with Keisha. Like when somebody try to holler at Keisha or somebody try to holler at me, oh, we tell each other. we big that shit up. It's hilarious. And then I messed with her for like a couple weeks about it. It could just be a random ass thirst. It's like, oh, but I bet if old boy was trying to put that money in your pocket at the gas station, then you know there's a shit that happened, huh? You know? But women in the past, I couldn't do that because I literally dated a woman who was so jealous that when we were in Walmart, she thought I was looking at the other women. I'm like, yo, lady, you were right here.
Cups are
I'm pushing
97
this.
cents over here on sale.
How you know I was looking at that bag of leg quarters over there? And she just happened to be over there. Like,
Well, you
what
go
are
fry
you
chicken
doing?
with that other bitch.
What are you? So no, but I know I would tell Keisha. As far as remaining friends with somebody who tried to like come at me in that way, because it ain't this person ain't just trying to hit it. This person wants to be with you. This person wants to be a part of your life on a deeply romantic level. We can't be friends no more at that point. It's just not possible. Can't do it. Because it's not even thought of us possibly slipping up. It's just that's kind of painful to keep somebody around
Knowing how they
knowing
feel
that they
about
want
you.
more. Hell no, I'm not doing that.
That's cool. I would definitely tell my wife just because I want her reaction.
Yes, that's it. That's it. That is it.
So it's like this one dude, I'll never forget.
That is
This
it.
one dude tried to get with Mel when we were still living in Alabama. Like
Yeah.
he saw her at the gas station. We're in my truck. He's getting like she's getting out of the truck to go in the gas station. I'm on the other side of the truck pumping gas. He's at the other gas pump. Hey, you still got a boyfriend? He see me. We make eye contact. It's like, are you joking, right? It was this dude even went as far as to email her school email.
No, Nick.
He
No,
emailed her
No.
his phone
no,
number.
no,
I said, let me call it. Let me call it.
no, no.
Hey, and you know,
Well,
the funny thing is, I used to like, you know, my sisters, when a dude, you know, they're so pushy and shit, like for your number, she used to
mhm.
give them like, you know, they give you the number and to make sure it wasn't fake, they'll call it right there in front of you.
Yo,
So when they would call,
because I got a point about that.
I would pick up the phone.
Mm.
And
Solid.
14-year-old me sounds just like
Right,
27-year-old
exactly,
me.
exactly.
Bitch ass nigga, don't call this phone no more. Bro, skip, bro.
Because they never had that energy for that male voice
Right.
on the other end.
Never.
They never
I was
had
Never.
gonna
that
say,
energy.
I've done it 100 times. And there's
Never
only
had that
one dude
energy.
was like, bro, this ain't your phone.
Right, right. Otherwise, it's like, oh, I ain't mean it,
Oh,
bro. My
and then
bad, my
then you know, Hitler was like, give me the phone back. It's like, no, no, no. We finna have a conversation.
bad. But
After
yo,
10 minutes, I was like, bro, just meet me, bro.
I'm never offended when I see a dude looking at Keisha, whether he see me or not next to her. Because I remember the one time early in the relationship, we were in the mall and we weren't even there to buy anything. We were just there walking around or whatever. And I seen the dude looking for a very long time. And in these terms, a very long time is more than 5 seconds. After 5 seconds, maybe you're doing a lot.
Yeah. Hey man, what you got? What you going on?
You're doing a lot.
Can I help you, bro?
And I don't think he seen me because he was just looking that hard. But when he did see me, I was like, yeah, I know, right? And he was like, oh,
That's
my bad.
crazy.
It's like, nah, bro, you good, you good.
That's crazy.
Like,
that's
hey,
so
it's like, yo, I would have looked too, man. Like, I don't know about 5 seconds.
You know, my wife
that
like to scare people
No, what
because she's from
what you
New
about to
Jersey.
say, Jen?
Like, go ahead, Jen. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, I appreciate that energy, one, because that's hilarious. Because I've had people ask me, they're like, what are you gonna do if your partner's looking at somebody else's ass? I'm like, it depends. Is the ass any good?
He's a come on, man. Come on. Come on.
You
Sometimes
know
it's
the.
just
Hold on 1 second.
Here's a
you're
direct
not
quote
about
I
to.
told an ex once, by the way.
Oh, perfect. 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 And that one jealous ass, I couldn't even dream of that shit.
Hey, come in closer. Come
We
closer.
here. We
Come
in the
closer.
trust you. We in
Listen.
we,
When I'm out with Mel and I'm wearing my sunglasses, like I'll peep a butt and not say anything. And if she mentions the butt that I've already seen, I'm getting a full fucking look. Because that's my opening.
no. Look, you know the method that I appreciate? I seen on American Dad episode. It said if you look, they was telling Stan, if you don't want to get caught looking at the woman, talk about what she's wearing in a negative way towards your wife. Then you can keep looking while she's looking and judging. So what kind of Jedi mind trick shit is this?
What the fuck?
What? I've I never I've never had to do it because I think the first time Keisha caught me doing it, I was like, shit, here we go. Because I was just getting out of that badass relationship a year before. I was like, shit, I knew it was gonna come back around. And Keisha said, it's nice, huh? I said, oh, what you talking about? It's like, shit, what we both know what you talking about. It's like, well, I guess it's nice. She's
And
like, well,
you got me. You caught me.
you, hey, what do you want me
Hey,
to say?
I
It's
mean,
over there. It's nice.
it's over there, but you right here with me. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? One thing I tried to tell people, and I think this one guy that I was roommates with, he thought it was game, and he said he was going to use it. It's like I was serious. I was like, yo, if I'm looking at a woman like that in public, a lot of times I'm not thinking about, oh, I want all of that. It's like, no. One, she caught my attention for some reason, whether it was her hair or the smile or what she had on, or the way her body is shaped. Two, I'm looking like another couple seconds to check out the whole profile. And I'm not thinking about going over there to get a number or anything. It's no, I'm just appreciating
Because you got
what's
the
there.
ultimate number already.
At the time I was single, but I like what you did there. And that's probably how that nigga worked around that shit because he said he was gonna use it. When I say this nigga had a problem, I think that was the first time I met somebody addicted to sex. Because yo, look, all right, that nigga, I would wake up
Stop
late.
scratching at the door.
I would wake up late. And what I mean by late is somewhere around 10:30, 11 or something. And what I would wake up to was hearing that nigga in his room doing the work, going in. Because it's a small apartment. I, I do my morning routine, all of that. And as I'm doing my morning routine, this nigga is still going. She leaves. I leave. I come back. That nigga's at it again. I'm like, shit, ain't they tired? Until I realize when he opened the door, that's a different woman who's coming out. Then this nigga leave for a few hours, come back and tell me what he did while he was gone. Then there's somebody coming over to sleep over that night. And at the time, I was thinking, this nigga may really have a problem. But now I'm thinking like, yo, it's probably a problem deeper than what I was thinking. That's probably some shit to mask some other shit. Like I
I
can't
was gonna
just
say
sit with
there's at least two problems there.
yeah, like, like I can't just sit with myself. One thing that almost slowed him down: a woman had a seizure while they was having sex, and it fucked him up. He didn't know what to do. And when he called the ambulance, when he called 911, look, man, niggas are the worst, okay? And when I say niggas are the worst, I'm not just talking about black dudes. I mean, niggas are the worst. because we because when the EMT get there and they're checking on her, of course he put something over her body. Um, but he said when the one black EMT and his friend, who was a white guy, because it was a black guy, white guy, and he said it was two white women. He said when the one black guy looked at the woman, he looked up at him and was like,
Oh my God.
Niggas. Niggas be nigging.
he said for a minute, I was like, yo, the moment, man. The moment. This is not about that. Because he had already told them what led to the moment and how it happened. And apparently, that's a thing. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that people who have seizures kind of regularly, they can get to a point where even during sex, that shit can just snap and they can.
That makes sense though, because it's a high stress situation, technically. Like not necessarily within
Right.
good or bad stress, but it's
Right.
high stress.
I never considered that. And
That's crazy.
right. Especially because he said he had never seen anybody have a seizure. He didn't know what the hell was going on. He said the first few seconds, he thought he was doing that business. He said, he was like, well, wait, there's something extra going on here. So I ain't never.
It's like I'm not that good.
I ain't never did nothing like that. So yo, he said after everything was okay, she came back to. He said I can look at her and tell she was embarrassed. And it was like, so I just left, man. I came back to the crib and it was like, just wanted to let you know what happened. I was like, well, one, I didn't really need to know that. But two,
I'm glad you
two,
shared.
I'm
Bro,
glad
you could at least
everybody's
watch
okay.
the movie or something with her, bro. Like,
Right. You could have stayed there. You could have stayed there. You could have. I feel like she would have objected and wanted him to get out anyway, but you could have at least offered to stay because that got to be embarrassing. In a moment like that, and then you wake up to EMTs around you, you still ain't got no clothes on. Like, no. So he tried
That's
to
fucking
call her.
horrendous.
Right. He tried to call her the next day, no answer. Tried to call the day after that, no answer. Tried to get in touch with her the week after that, no answer. She completely ghosted him for like 3 or 4 months out of sheer embarrassment. It's like I'm not.
Understandable.
what was he gonna do? Start laughing at her, go, heard you had a seizure. what was he gonna do?
No, that sounds like some shit you would do, man. That's cold. That's
I
cold.
will only do it to super duper close friends.
Okay. Because I'm thinking the same scenario. If it was a lady that you were with and she did it, like what you just randomly mentioned, like next month. So that seizure, huh?
No, see,
I guess I put it on you, huh?
if Jen like fell and broke her glasses, like, and I was with her and I knew she was all right, just her glasses, bro, I would call her trippy for like 2 weeks.
I mean, yeah, that's I get
Yeah,
it. I
no
get it.
trippy, you
But yo,
know.
that
Amazingly,
nigga,
never broken my glasses falling.
You're pretty awkward though, so
that's actually surprising. I always assume people who wear
knock on
glasses
wood.
fall, that that's the first thing that would crack.
Broke my nose without breaking my glasses.
How the hell is that even possible?
Basketball.
I don't know.
That
But it was
don't
somebody's
even,
elbow to the face playing basketball.
did they hit more of the side or was it center?
No, see, Jen's
I
problem
have
is
no idea. I was concussed as shit.
Jen's problem is she Jen is 5 foot tall
Oh
and she
shit!
decides she wanted to play power forward.
Ain't no way in hell.
That's Jen's problem.
Ain't no way in hell.
You are not a 4. You are a 1 or a 2.
At
In
the
certain
top of the
situations, you
key,
can play the 3,
very
but
top
never
of the
the
key.
4.
It gets wild in that paint. It gets wild.
Jen wanna she trying to post up and shit. That's her problem.
I played basketball in school 1 year. The rest of the time was just around around the town and shit. And for this area, 6 foot or 6 foot 1 is tall. If you over 6'1", then you absolutely playing power forward or center. So me at 6'1", they always put me down there. Tell me why this shit was so wild. I got elbowed right here before, and I still don't understand. Like,
Getting
how
a
did you?
bruise in the middle of the back of your hand is one of the weirdest
How the
experiences.
fuck you get a
It
phalanges
is.
injury?
Like, it's like, how did you hit me right here?
How did you even manage that? You got to stop the game. Hold up, bro.
Did you aim that? Like, what?
Did you elbow me in the hand?
In
You got to
the
pull a
in
Lamar.
the
Call a timeout. Go. What do I do with the ball next, bro?
Yo, it gets wild in that paint. And of course, what's crazy is if the ball isn't in the paint, nobody's paying attention to just how wild it gets. And,
And like I said, that's Jen's problem. She thinks she fucking LaMarcus Aldridge down there. When in reality, she Chris Paul.
There's no reason for you to be
Like there was no reason for you to be down there. Why are you in the paint? You don't ever have.
What I need you to also keep in mind, I have to tell professors this later because I missed class.
Wow. Okay.
Because I fucked up my medicine afterwards and didn't feel well. And then I had to explain to a professor what happened.
We all for equality and playing
Right.
basketball, but the only rule is Jen does not play the 4 and the 5.
No, man,
That's the new rule.
That's
it gotta
fair.
be.
That's the new
It gotta
rule.
be.
Unless you get 3-4 inches taller, no. Absolutely. Why would you even
I
want to
gotta
be
hit
in the
it.
paint anyway, smelling all lower body?
Oh. That is a wild image
Listen,
to put out there. Like,
listen, whoever's in the 4 or the 5, the 4, the power 4 in the center is always the two mustiest dudes on the floor. Always.
yo, you're not lying because I'm down there.
Bro,
You're
it's
not
the
lying.
second quarter, bro.
You're not lying.
I think that's an advantage.
No, you are
The
not
power
lying.
4 in the center is always the mustiest dudes on the floor. The game just tipped off. Why are you musty, sir? Sir, the game just started. You in the paint.
You know the meme that always get me? It said the Michael Jackson one with whatever face he's making, and somebody's like, yo, it's 27 degrees out here. Why are you musty?
I've actually witnessed it here in Indiana. It is a
You gotta
thing.
nah, man.
It's a
Nah,
thing.
you gotta have something going on with your body to be musty in the winter.
It's
Like
a
that's
thing,
something
dude.
different, yo.
It's
That's
a thing. I would it's a thing.
Look, let me tell you
Nah.
what's worse than being
Nah.
musty at 27 degrees. Somebody musty on the plane. Oh,
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Nah, man. Nah.
because I'm gonna tell you that smell. Like if somebody fart on the plane, congratulations, you smelling it the rest of the flight.
I legitimately will never go on a plane again without a mask.
There's a video, the latest blow up
I
on
wear
the
a gator.
plane video. Wow, I shouldn't use those words again. The latest I'm tired of this shit video on the plane is a guy tired of a baby crying. And it's kind of a mundane thing because people, blow up about that a lot. But when the flight attendant was telling him, was like, sir, we understand, but you're loud. He was like, so is the baby. He said, did the baby pay extra to scream like that?
You don't have these problems in first class.
Oh, nigga, forget you, so.
Speaking of, I need to book a flight now, actually.
No, not about that, man. I got lucky. The one time I was on the plane, I went to Sacramento. I got lucky to be on that outside seat and on that seat next to like the door.
You went
so
where?
I had a leg room. Sacramento.
Oh.
Yeah, that was my only time. And Sacramento was it was 2006. Sacramento was a weird place because I didn't know what to expect out there. And I went out there with a homie from that I had just met. This is wild now that I think about it. I didn't even know that lady like that. Why did I agree to go all the way? I was doing too much.
That's
man.
like a 5-hour flight from Birmingham to Sacramento, my guy.
No, Montgomery. Montgomery to Atlanta, then out to Sacramento.
Still,
Way too much.
that's
Way too
every
much.
time zone, my guy. That's
What the
every
hell
time
was I?
zone.
I have no idea what I was thinking. Why did I go all the way out there? And look,
I
she's a
I
great
don't think
person.
you were thinking.
I'm,
I don't think there
Oh,
was thoughts being had.
she's a wonderful person. But why would I agree to do that? And even more, I met somebody else at Alabama State who was from New York, and I moved to New York with that nigga for a little bit. And I was sleeping like on his mom's like floor in the living room and shit for a while. What the hell was I? All right, look. All right, so we was we was in Sacramento, and I didn't know what to expect because and I can say her name, Monica, was like one of the first women I had met with dreads, and especially dreads that long. And she's one of them people who just like genuinely, deeply love black people. She went to Alabama State because that was the only HBCU that came to her high school. I don't know why they was way out there, but they was out there. And she wanted to go to the South to be around more black people. And I could never understand that when she first told me. Because it was like, oh, California, of course black people out there. Not in Sacramento. Like we went to Sacramento, some of the only black people I seen were people related to her. Outside of that, there's few white people, but mostly Mexican people. And I remember
Sacramento.
because, because the guy she was dating was a guy I was also friends with. He was from California, but he was from Bakersfield. And he was supposed to meet us out. When we went to the mall out there, two things happened. We were in a Foot Locker and popping my collar came on. And Mr. Big was on the TV. It was like, yo, Alabama, we in here. We in here. And a couple people looking at us like, what that nigga doing?
What you
So
doing, bro?
it's like, yo, this Alabama way out here, man. I'm happy, okay? And then older, like we, just walking around the mall, we seen a couple black people. It's like, ooh, black people. It's like, that's just how bad. That's just how bad it was.
Really be like that.
And that's just how. Also, one other really random memory. Whatever room they had me staying in, they had this bird cage. They had this little bird in there, whatever. Um, so of course they introduced me, everybody in the house, they loved the bird. Apparently, introduced me to the bird. I woke up the next day, the damn bird was dead, and I'm like, "Hey, look, man, I ain't do nothing. I didn't. I was sleeping in here. I ain't do
The
shit.
damn bird was
I
all right until that nigga came.
exactly,
I swear, listen,
exactly.
if that was my mama bird, I would have blamed it on you. I
Yo,
would have
not
blamed it
look,
on you too.
nigga.
Everything was all right until he
Nah.
brought
I
his ass in
yo,
here.
I was nervous the whole goddamn trip because why did this bird decide to die when I came here? You did that on purpose. You waited till you seen a stranger motherfucker come in here and say, "Yep, this is my time. I'm done."
I'm ready.
They don't know what happened to the bird. They don't know why the bird died. That was on purpose. Also, though, it was my first time meeting one of those super pro black dudes, and I think I seen a little bit where Monica get it from. Like it was her dad, but her mom and dad wasn't together anymore. This was spring break. Why this nigga come over there all black in a black leather trench coat with a bald head, and he gave me a bean pie and wanted to talk to me about the nation. He was one of them black.
How does bean pie taste?
Oh, that shit is amazing. Oh, what? Yo, I see why they get people to convert to Islam. If you give me that pie, like, shh, that nigga, he this close. That nigga had me. Because when I went back to Montgomery, I was looking around for Nation of Islam meetings because I know they had the bean pies. Them bean pies is special. And he didn't really start talking to me until I started eating that piece of pie. I was like, this nigga got me. I'm in now. If you could promise me a bean pie twice a month, I'm here for your meetings, man. I'm in. I'm in. Give me one of them coats too. I want one of them. And a bow tie. Let's do this. Let's do all of this. So, if you get a chance to get a bean pie, I think it's a vanilla bean pie. That shit is amazing. It don't look great, but it tastes amazing. It don't look great at all. It looked burnt, but it's good. It is good. Look, man, I'm telling you, I was out there, okay? Early 2000s, I was out there. I still don't even know how I ended up in sex work for real. I was just doing shit, man. I was out there. I was almost a Buddhist and everything. Look, man, I was doing shit. Man. I was trying to fill out, trying to see what's going on out here.
This man said
2 bean pies a month, man.
two
I
bean
promise you.
pies a butt, he'll convert to Islam.
Shit. I'm in there. That bean pie was that good.
Hey, we got any members of the nation watching this? Hey, get at my boy.
They almost look, man. They almost had me. They almost had me.
He got
Yo.
the glasses, he got the third eye.
I'm already halfway there.
He I
Halfway there.
mean, y'all might he might not give up the point, but I mean,
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
ham
So
sandwich a month. Yeah, y'all let him get that.
I just had some ribs on the grill a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I don't know about that. Man. Just
Here,
had
I'm
some.
I'm gonna put this in here to see if Sean gonna listen to this episode. All right. Next Monday. Today is Tuesday. We're recording this on Tuesday the 18th. I'm gonna be in Jacksonville next week.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just gonna show up to Sean's house.
You should.
And if he watches this episode, he'll be ready for my arrival. Nobody else mentioned this. If Sean doesn't watch this episode, he will not know that I'm coming.
You just beat
I'm
him.
not mentioning it. I want to see him surprised.
Absolutely.
So there's that. You want to know something funny? Like looking at flights into Jacksonville, you
What's
know where
up?
these motherfuckers want me to lay over at?
I'm afraid to ask.
JFK. Why would I do that?
That's-
DTW. You know what DTW is? DTW is Detroit. Why would I fly from Indianapolis to Detroit and then Detroit to Jacksonville?
That
They
is
want me to lay
weird.
over in fucking Dallas, Houston.
Huh.
Like, why can't somebody get me to Atlanta? I'll lay over in Atlanta. That makes more sense.
That does make more sense. Yeah. That's weird.
I'm
That's
gonna just say
weird.
this: JE's Atlanta is the worst airport you can lay over in.
You know what? I don't remember much about whether or not we had any layovers with that because, as a matter of fact, when we went to New York, that was my first trip to New York was on a bus. I don't. Mm-mm.
The bus.
Yes, because again, man, I don't understand why I did that. I didn't have any money. That nigga didn't have any money. Why was I doing that? I don't.
JE, here you go. Spike Lee quiz. What do you call a black man with a car dealership?
No, wait. What do you call a black man in a Benz? A nigga in a coupe. So, that's it. I have no idea why I was up there. Look, but I can't say the trips after that, the 3 years we went to New York to perform, we drove up there.
Yeah.
The first, yeah, the first year I underestimated, and it was 2009. We was at a 2010 rented Charger, Dodge Charger. That's when I got the ticket in North Carolina that ultimately got my license revoked because it took so long for me to pay that shit. Because I remember being young and saying, I got a ticket in North Carolina. Nigga, fuck you. I ain't paying that. Until I got pulled over a few times, like a couple years later. It was like, why you out here driving revoked? Like, what do you mean revoked? I got my license right here. It's like, no, sir. You got a ticket here in North Carolina that you haven't paid since it was you got it in 2009. Another thing, when I finally had a chance to pay that ticket, the county that gave me that ticket didn't even have a building or a phone number anymore. So it took me a year or so to find them, to track it down. And when I did, they told me I didn't have a ticket. Called Alabama back. They said, no, you definitely still got a ticket in North Carolina. Called North Carolina back, and these motherfuckers had my middle name as my last name. Like for that whole time.
Oh, I would have got a lawyer. Throw that out. That ain't me.
Almost $600, man. Almost $600. That's crazy. That is crazy.
I only got one ticket in my lifetime. Motherfucking DC. I'm still pissed off about that. Funk
As
ass,
you should, because we didn't
funk
see that
ass
sign.
$50. Still pissed off about that. And
No,
Dodge
that's
Charger is the worst vehicle to do long distance traveling in.
Oh, because I didn't know I was going that fast. I didn't know I was going that fast. That shit.
Well, I
it
mean,
didn't
no, I
register.
mean, it is the most uncomfortable car to travel in.
It was four of us. It was okay. It wasn't that bad. 23-hour trip.
I
23
made
hours.
that drive. I know how bad it is.
Ah, yeah. Of course you know. Yeah.
So you
The second time we went, it was in an excursion, and that would have been a more comfortable trip had our manager, who was married, had he not tried to sneak his girlfriend on the truck, and it took up a little more space because she brought a little bit more luggage. So that shit was madly. That shit was super uncomfortable. And on the way back, niggas was so tired that I woke up and we were just on the side of the road and everybody was asleep. And I was like, who's in control right now? Because the driver is also asleep. I was too tired to really argue. I just laid my head down. I was like, man, whatever happens, happens. I'm tired. I want to get home. Maybe if I dream about it long enough, I'll be there.
they have rest stops, you know.
I was gonna say, like, my family's definitely taken naps and rest stops.
I don't know why we wasn't smart enough to consider that, but we did.
Because when we would drive back and forth from Nebraska to Louisiana, we would stop at a rest stop sometimes, catch a couple of hours sleep, and keep going.
That is a trip. Damn.
We did it like once a year until I was 14.
Oh, wow.
Minimum. Sometimes we did it twice a year and like regularly with multiple cars, because keep in mind, I'm the oldest of 8.
Mm. Oh,
now,
wow.
Not all 8 were born at that point in my life, but still.
Okay. Gotcha. Because I was just about to ask, what kind of vehicle were y'all in?
Well, we usually had 2.
Oh, okay. That makes more
That's crazy.
sense. No, I like
Family
it.
so big, you got to take 2 cars. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Because my little sister wasn't born until I moved out. Like, my little sister was born the same year I met Lionel.
What do parents, and I'm even speaking as one, but I know this shit ain't gonna happen to us. What do they be thinking about, yo? Because my youngest brother just graduated like a couple years ago. Like, why did y'all do that? It don't make any sense.
My mama had all her kids from 89 to 95. 5 kids.
My mom had all of her kids from 1996 to 2014.
Let me go and get this shit out the way.
Nah.
That's crazy.
No.
Oh, it's fucking crazy.
I'm just saying. Packing 2 cars for a trip is crazy.
That last one is always the furthest out from the next one too. Like,
okay, no, it's not though.
Oh,
because
really?
So I am 6.5 years older than my next sibling.
Okay.
Then there are 6 boys, and they are almost back to back. So Rebel is 9 and Gus is 13.
Okay.
So that's 4 years. I'm the outlier.
Okay, Jen, her old ass.
I was gonna say I'm the one that's not near the rest of them.
That's
Shit is
no,
crazy.
I'm the oldest of all the also, and I'm not taking a shot. This is gonna sound weird to even say. I'm not taking a shot at my mom here. I'm just trying to figure out how it happened. But it's me. 2 years after me is my brother. Then my dad want to go sow some warrior oats, I guess. And there's an outside sister with that lady. Then there's another sister with that lady. Then it's back over to my mom. That's when they get married. Then it's my sister that grew up in the house with us. And then years later, it's the youngest brother. I don't even know how. I don't know how that nigga got back. I don't know how he got back. And they still together now. Also,
Oh no, my little sister's from a different marriage, so she's also not.
I, yeah,
my family's a mess.
Listen, my oldest sister Kim was born in '89. Terry was born in January '92. Hillary was born in December '92 on
Okay.
Christmas Day. Andre was born in June '94. I was born in August '95. My mom was like, 6 weeks, right? That's all I need to wait? 6 weeks? And it's like,
All right, let's do this again. No, let's not do this again. Stop.
it was like, Mom, you need to chill. For real. You and Dad need to fucking chill.
I gave my mom some very impolite words when she told me I was finally having a sister.
I don't blame you. We thought it was a joke. We was like, what are you? It's like, I know y'all are having another one. What do you mean?
So we had a running joke. I would get a little sister when I went to college. And then it happened.
No longer a joke.
My little sister was born the summer before I went to college.
I think she's like, what, 10 now? 10?
She turns 9 this summer.
Wow.
Fucking watch this kid grow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And my exact words to my mother when she told me were, "Excuse my French, but what the fuck?" She told me on the phone too, because we lived in different states.
Right.
So you still out here hunting, huh, Mom?
So you still out here doing that?
That's still out here hunting,
Mom.
That's crazy.
Still the only bastard out of the 8 of us.
So I leave the house and that's what you're doing?
That's what you're doing, Mom? That's crazy. That's crazy, Mom.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It was a moment.
That's crazy.
Yo, me and Keisha was talking last night though about how our grandmas in their generation, yo, they was just, were y'all just bored? Or you didn't have like, because all right, my maternal grandma has 8 kids, all girls, and the last one is a boy. But my paternal grandma is 14 of them. At what point in the 14 do you stop and say, wait, we might be doing too much? Because
I can't think of 14 names. That's my problem.
Yo,
you don't want me to think
I already
14.
used that name, then use that name.
And you know what's crazy about the 14 is none of them are twins. Those are all just single kids popping out. What are you doing? Why?
No, the problem is we know what they're doing.
Yeah. There's this TikTok where the gas price keep going up and the dude just going damn. And every time the gas price goes, he goes, damn.
Every time. Because again, why?
Yeah, both my grandmothers had at least 10 kids apiece. I got aunties and uncles I ain't even met yet.
No, my grandmothers had 3 and 4 kids respectively. Like they were normal size.
Oh wow.
So is most of the rest of my like relatives. It's just us.
Wow.
Mom was like, this family is too small. I'm gonna fix that shit.
I'm gonna fix that. Watch this.
So we also broke a generational curse on my dad's side because it had been like multiple generations since there was more than one boy born in a set of siblings. And we got 6.
Wow. Damn. Say we gonna
Listen,
do this.
I
Let's
just want you to
do
know,
this.
Jen, there's a fight club between the 6 of your brothers.
Gotta
You
be.
may not believe it.
Absolutely.
There is absolutely a fight club.
It gotta
Absolutely.
be. It gotta be.
I've been body slammed. I know there's a
Listen,
fight club.
me and my other brothers, man, our fight club was legit. We never like our parents like y'all always got along, yeah. Because when you go to bed, we go outside and beat the hell out of each other.
You know,
I have
one
almost
thing
broken
I remember.
several of my brother's fingers, like without provocation. So I'm aware.
Me and my brother used to do wrestling moves on our little sister's doll, the tall doll that's like the one that's like her height, like headlocks
Power bombs and shit.
power balls and tombstone power drops. Like, and we just no care about our parents paying all that goddamn money for that doll. We and this motherfucker auditioning for WWE.
This Royal Rumble in this bitch.
Hey, look, she better tag out.
You know, speaking of, I think I'm going to wrestling school.
Look,
you know what my wrestling name is gonna be?
what is it gonna be?
Chad. Just Chad.
Look, the only reason why they don't even seem all that extreme is I got a homie who's actually wrestling. Like she does this shit around the country. Her name is Holly Dead. I think it's HOLIDEAD. It's a really good character. It's an amazing character. And you know how on WWE every once in a while you'll see a wrestler who's in the ring specifically to lose?
A jobber.
Like the jobber, yes. She's been one of them on WWE before. And I was like, yeah, I understand it's the business, but I don't want to see you like that, homie. Why didn't they let you come in as your character? Like, do that shit. And the dude who started Gambit Family, the group that I'm still in, even though we're inactive, he was doing wrestling shows in Montgomery, like the ones in like gyms and shit, like niggas jumping off the top rope and shit. Like, so that's the only reason why I don't think it's a wild thought, even if you were thinking about doing it.
So you cool on the wrestling name? Chad? Chad.
Man, I ain't feeling you.
I feel like that's a good
got,
wrestling name.
I ain't got nothing on it.
Big dude like me, and from Marion, Alabama, weighing in 350 pounds. Chad.
Chad.
And I do some stupid shit like this. Some stupid like
the announcer don't even say it loud and hold it out. Just
Chad. You just like
look, I have been fortunate enough, and I say fortunate, and I do mean it, because I've had mostly positive experiences with social media, especially Facebook. I mean, I met my wife there, for God's sake. What do you expect? So I had this moment on Facebook where people were open enough and trusting enough to share with me things that they wouldn't share with other people. And I think it's mostly because they knew I wouldn't, just betray, their trust or whatever. But every once in a while, there'd be somebody who would want me to ask a question, put it up as a post to get other people's advice on it. Because I would usually tell them, or they ask, okay, cool. There was one of them that I was reminded of today because I finally got an update after all these years. And what the question was what the situation was the lady said, I have this job that I love. I've been here for a little over a year and I'm really good at it. My boss, not just supervisor, but boss in the building, has been flirting with me since my training to get here. He's really cute. She said he's really cute to me, but I haven't done anything with him now that he's newly divorced because they've been separated for a while. She put in parentheses. I'm thinking about it. I don't want to be in a relationship or anything with him, but I might see what that mouth do. She really said that. I don't remember that. And put ha 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 behind it. Well, I'll be damned. I just never did any. She said, I just never did anything like this before because of the horror stories I've heard about being involved with someone you work with. What do you think I should do? Um, what would you do in that situation?
I'd
Would
say
you?
don't do
I smell a lawsuit. I report his ass to HR so motherfucking quick.
I was gonna say there's a lawsuit. You really should be careful about sleeping with people you work with. Like the newly divorced, there's a whole mess there.
Oh, that is a can of worms all its own.
Like
So,
there
but
are multiple cans of completely different worms, and that is
right,
a
right. So let me ask: does it change your opinions, whether big or small, that he's a boss as opposed to a coworker?
yes.
I agree.
Understand? Understand? The
Now,
update that I got.
yeah, I was gonna say what's
I
that?
was gonna say I want to know the update now because this.
The update is she said shortly after that letter, they did do something because they just happened to be out at the same restaurant one night. She was with a group of friends that she don't work with. He was with a group of friends that neither of them work with. And talking or whatever, they talked for like a bunch of hours, not a bunch of minutes. And she said it was too late. Her friends left, and he offered to go back to his place. And she was like, "All right, I'm here. I know what I'm here for. I know what I want to do." So she was like, it wasn't anything of where she was feeling coerced to do it. She's like, "I know what I want to do," and yeah. So she said they did that for like off and on for a year. He then gets a promotion where he's moved to like a bigger building in like another state, and now he wanted her to move with him. And she was like, this was the part that I should have got back to you about sooner. Because remember, I never wanted a relationship. I just wanted, yeah, I just wanted to play around. But this nigga wanted a relationship. So she said after weeks of talking about it before he moves, it was like, nah, I don't want to do this. And this nigga got mad and got jealous and started to report shit and stuff like anonymously. And she said she almost lost her job, but she started to threaten lawsuit and shit, and he backed off. But now the nigga come back to town every once in a while for like certain business meetings, and she was like, "I thought about it, but I don't want to get any deeper with this." So she was like, every time I know he's coming because it's announced or whatever, it's like every time I know anybody from the company is coming, even if I know it ain't him, I take off so he never have to see me. So
That's crazy.
And this is a great example of why you don't sleep with people you work with, especially people higher ranked than you.
especially people hiring,
I was
especially.
gonna say, like, it's iffy when you're the same like
True,
level,
true.
but like you can get away with it, especially in a bigger company.
As long as you
Hmm.
disclose to HR.
That one.
Yes, and even then, HR is like, I really don't want y'all to do this. I really
Yeah,
don't want you to do
yeah. No, like
this.
it was really funny, even as like resident advisors, they're like, please be careful dating within the res life staff.
Yeah, this. I would rather you not do this, but if you're
But we
gonna do
can't
this,
stop you.
right? Since you're gonna do this, we need to make sure that this meeting is documented, that we've had this conversation. So if anything happens, we good. We let y'all know the risk. Um, I got a lot of wild letters around that time. It was it was people going through sometimes people were going through like tight situations. Some was just super random. Um, one that I got a few times, and I got an update on fairly quickly from the responses that people gave. It was a guy who met a trans woman. And he said when he met her, he didn't know. And he said once she told him it took her a while because she didn't know really how to break it to him, of course. And he said it was at that point that he didn't realize that it was just unsafe, really, for her to say it. And no, I'm not here to tell you that I was super okay with it in the beginning. He was like, but at this point, I'm kind of falling for this lady a little bit. Like, conversation is great. She's cool. She checked all the other boxes. She's attractive. And he was like, I'm not gay. And I was like, I know you're not. It's like you're attracted to a woman. It's like the way I had to break it down to him was like, bro, you seen something you like, right? It's like, yeah. It's like you thought it was attractive, right? So yeah. So all of that shit worked. Voice, all of that, right? Like, yeah. It's like, all right, so you straight. So there you go.
That's
Have fun. Do your thing, bro.
Have fun, my man. That's
good for you. So happy. Have a good time.
Right. I don't know if they're still together, but I know his update was like, yeah, man, we're gonna make this shit work. And if somebody found out that, she was born different, well, cool. It's like that's how it should be, man. Do what you gotta do.
Do what you do.
I think my favorite way I've heard somebody explain being trans is that they were born with a hormone deficiency.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. That's
because nobody wants
creative.
to question that.
I like that. I like that.
I came across that in a TikTok and I'm just like, that's brilliant.
I like that. That is good. That is good. I guess you have to think about other ways to do it. that to reveal it. That's cool.
Well, and so the TikTok was a trans man that works in like an auto shop.
I've probably seen him.
And he's like, I do not have the energy to sit there and explain to everybody, like, no, I'm a guy. I'm just a trans guy.
Right.
So when people start questioning or get confused and like they get really flustered about it, I'm like, no, it's cool. I was born with a hormone deficiency.
Is this the guy with like he got kind of a big beard, and I think he's married, and he and his wife has kids and all of that, and there are people who are trying to convince themselves in his comments that he's not a trans man. I'm like, yo, is your mind just not capable of connecting all this shit? It's like, and I think that's what it is. I think there's a block in their mind. It's like, nope, this can't be it. This don't make any sense. This don't work for me. I was like, no, I would not accept it.
Like, I just remember this, like, witnessing the skit play out, and I'm like, that is the funniest and most brilliant way I've heard somebody.
It is. That is creative to do that.
And then they're like, yeah, and then people are like, oh, I feel like shit now instead of being transphobic.
Pretty much.
That's brilliant.
Right?
That is. I like that. I like that. It's one of the more interesting ones I found out. This was kind of my first introduction to this outside of sex work. It is that is a polythrouple, and they didn't set out to be that initially, but when it all worked, it was like, okay, well, cool, let's run with this. I like you, I like you, I like you. We like each other, all right, right, cool. So she was like, I usually go home for the holiday. She was like, I don't know how to go home with them and explain them to my family. And I was like, well, honestly, you got two options. You could just say they are homies, they cool, they're together. Obviously, you don't have to reveal that you are together with them if you're not ready yet, if you don't want to. But your other option is just say, hey, I'm with them and they with me.
Mind your motherfucking business.
That one.
It's like, who made the mac and cheese this year? So,
right.
You all have to bring food. Like it doesn't count one for all sort of shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Okay, cool. You brought an extra person. That means you bring an extra dish.
That means you bring all right. Okay. And if you ain't got a dish ready, go out and get some sodas. But I don't want
you better
that
go get some paper plates or
Don't
something.
give me some good soda.
Is the three of y'all came empty-handed. That's all I give a fuck about.
Y'all each bringing
That's what
something.
I give a fuck about. You, your girlfriend, and your boyfriend need to go to fucking Family Dollar and get some goddamn paper plates, paper cups, something.
See,
Come in here
y'all thought y'all
empty-handed.
was slick.
And
Thought
it's
y'all was
three of
slick
y'all.
coming in
And
here
it's three of
getting
y'all.
free
How y'all
plates.
forget? How y'all forget to bring some to my goddamn Thanksgiving dinner?
I bet y'all ain't forget to go in on that gas to get down here.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
give me
Shit. I bet y'all got a king size bed. Y'all winning on that. Don't come to my motherfucking party again without no goddamn
Yo,
paper plates.
you know what? That's the one thing about that I can't imagine being a part of. Nah, man. Look, deeply enjoy sleeping next to my wife. Another person added to that, because I've heard of thruples who have to make arrangements of who's sleeping in the middle. I ain't doing that, yo.
That
I
sounds
ain't
like a
doing
lot of.
that.
Listen,
It's whoever's not getting up to use the bathroom in the middle of the night.
Come on, man. Nah, look, no. And I get hot. I need the air and the fan on.
I need the
And
end
I
of the
know
bed to pull the covers off my leg a little bit and let it hang off the bed because that's
that's
supposed to
it.
cool the rest of your
That's
body.
it. So I don't understand the science. I just know it works.
What's understood don't need to be
I
explained.
just
So listen, I just want to start this next statement. I want to state for the record that I love my wife. All right. I don't want to be with anybody else. Okay. Being with one person is hard enough. Adding a fucking girlfriend? Are you joking? Listen, shout out to everybody who is was it non-monogamous?
I was gonna say the
polyamory.
polyamorous people. That's what I'm looking
Shout out
for.
to the
Polyromantic is a different thing.
shout out. Is
Polyamorous and
poly
polyromantic
short?
are not the same thing.
Is poly short? Can I use poly for short?
Yeah, you can use poly.
Shout out to the poly people who can be poly, because Lionel D. Harris, that's a lot of fucking work. Listen.
Look, I can say this though. Basketball player, NBA star, really, honestly, Lou Williams had that. Remember, there was a time where the sports country was fascinated by this because he had a girlfriend and they met another woman. And when he would be playing, they would be in the crowd almost not even paying attention because they also had a relationship themselves. It wasn't just we are connected because of him. It's like we're connected because we all like each other equally. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if they're still together, but I think that's the only way I can imagine it working, and is if everybody is equally interested in the other.
That's still a lot of fucking work, Jay.
I was gonna say, I know there's a lot of different setups for polycules.
It is. Yep.
Jay, imagine having two wives. Just close your eyes for a second and think about two wives.
Wait, look. I'll put it this way.
Not two Keishas. Two wives.
That's a good point. That's an excellent point. And what I would say to that is if it's going to be another woman, she has to be that damn close to Keisha's temperament. Because otherwise it won't work.
Because two melanins, yes, I can deal with two melanins. But two wives? Just no. Oh God. I'd be calling Jen. Shoot me in the fucking face for thinking this was a smart idea.
Well, and so the other thing is that, like, keeping in mind if you have a trio, somebody's not going to be straight in that.
Right.
Yeah, true.
Like that is if you were going to have like the trio you're talking about where you're all three on equal footing, somebody's undoubtedly not straight. At least two somebodies.
Right. And that's usually the ideal is
unless
that
it's three dudes, then everybody's gay.
Yeah, no, then everybody's not straight. It's just a group full of gays. Which, like, fair. Admittedly.
I'm not laughing at gays.
You could get a guy, a girl, and a non-binary intersex person, and technically that would be straight.
Perfect. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
That came out
I like that
so wrong.
That is perfect. But no, it was just the way it was worded. It hit me, and it was like, yo.
That came out so wrong. I meant
But
what I
Lionel, you
said. I
doing good?
just didn't mean
Okay,
to say
you
it that
doing
way.
good over there?
but you know what? The only time you see those situations where it's straight and where all three parties are like that is when, and it's rare, um, odd that is rare. Well, it's not odd, knowing men. Is when it's two men with one woman. And those men hardly ever have any contact outside of being like, that's my homie or something. And that's
It's like that's
usually
my
it.
girlfriend and that's my girlfriend's boyfriend, and we're good.
Right. Right. And as like I said, you rarely see it. And I understand why you rarely see it because patriarchy and, you know, masculinity and all that shit. But those are the only times when you do see it. You sometimes see it when it's two women involved with one man, and it's like, I don't want to touch you in that way, but I fuss with you. You know me, and you help with these kids around here. So, so I had one of those where the couple was trying to figure out how to explain to their kids that who this other person is, and one of the things that I learned about being a parent is kids understand shit way easier than what we give them credit for.
Oh yeah, kids
Way
don't care.
easier. And especially that there was a interview on a couple like that before, and the kid was like, "Yo, I don't see a problem. I got two moms and a dad, so I get more gifts and shit because of that." If I'm, it's like
There's
if
always a positive.
is kids, they find ways to the positives quicker than adults. Because sometimes, depending on what news we get as adults, we're swallowed in the news altogether, and it's hard to find the positives that way. Kids thinking, yo, what's the quickest way to the candy and the fun? That way,
How
boom.
quickly can I get a PS5 out of this?
Yo, what I mean, what's in
Will
it
one
for
of you
me?
take me to the park?
Which one of y'all? Which one of y'all is most likely to do that?
Like,
It's
I don't
like,
care what y'all got going on. Can I play Fortnite?
which
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 one
one
of
of
you
you?
can I convince to get the Play-Doh down?
Yo, they understand shit, like, and they understand it quick and on a level to where when you chat back with them to be sure, they understand more layers to it. And every time I realize that, is always shocking to me, especially with the youngest two and the youngest one. But like I say about Garnet all the time, our youngest, she got the advantage. She got the advantage over all of them because she's been with all of them and she's been with me and Keisha. So she's just learning from everybody in front of her. I even told her one time, it's like, what you're doing is not fair, and I want you to know that. So I just want you, we need to be aware that what you got going on here, they didn't get that.
My little sister is a menace because of it.
I see that. There we go. There we go. What you're doing is not fair. You need to recognize it.
You are too articulate. Please shut up.
Yes. Oh my, yo, Garnet kills me with it. And then she would talk down a stranger, just full on conversation and back and forth. It's like, what are you talking about and why? You don't even know this lady. We're trying to buy these greens and these red beans here. Why are you talking to this woman behind us? She did not come here for your entertainment.
State of Mississippi ain't interested.
The two best examples I have, my little
man.
sister, and this is things she said about me while I'm not there because I've never lived with my little sister. One of them was my little sister has talked to my mom about she wants kids someday, and my mom's like, "You're too young," all of that. This was several years ago. She was like 5. And she goes, "Jennifer can have kids." And my mom goes, "Yes, but Jennifer wants to be a crazy cat lady." And Rebel sits there for a minute and then goes, "Jennifer's not a lady."
That is
Excuse the fuck out of you.
what is it's like, you know what? I hope you don't understand what you're saying, because if you do, we got a
No,
problem.
what's worse is she's right. I'm not a lady. But
That would have fucked
damn,
me up a little bit. It's like,
Why do you know
Yes.
that at this age? Why are you picking this up? I didn't
And
sit
the
down
other
with
one,
you on this.
the other one, she's walking by the couch, and when I visit, I lay on the couch and I prop my feet up on the back with my laptop in my
Right.
lap. And she kind of looks at the couch, and I'm not there. And she goes, Jennifer puts her feet on the couch. That's weird. And keeps walking.
I did not subscribe to your observations.
Well, I'm not even in the state. Live there.
You know, I lived with my youngest brother for like a few years or so. And one of the things I learned when I was that age, I didn't know a lot about kids that age, and I didn't know how blunt they were. I remember being in the emergency room, and there was a guy who one of his legs was amputated at the knee, and it's not funny, but I have no idea what possessed my little brother to go over there and talk to this man and say, "What happened to you legs?"
you met Lieutenant Dan.
I said, I was like,
Lionel,
yo,
you're the youngest. Were you a menace?
No.
I don't believe that. So, I don't believe that.
I don't believe
I
It's-
got nothing. Like, I got nothing handed to me as a kid.
That don't mean anything. So,
I was not a
that
man.
don't,
I was a little
Look.
crybaby ass for a little while. But after, like, I say my first 8 years, I was like, all right. But then, you know,
our kids realize that don't work because what we tell them is your feelings are very valid in this moment. Whatever you're crying about, you are worthy of whatever those tears are coming out about. I accept and acknowledge those tears. That doesn't mean you're going to get what you're crying about. So if you need to sit here and get all that out, do it. Take your time. I got headphones, earbuds, PlayStation. Let me know when you're done, and we all right. And cry time don't last that long because of it. So, because I'm not gonna tell you stop crying or toughen up. No, them tears is valid. You angry, sad, whatever. I understand.
Yeah.
I get it. And if you want to
Right.
talk about it, we can talk about it. But if you just want to cry about it, you can do that too. So, have fun. I'll be here when
But
you're
it's
done.
not
bro,
changing the
they were
situation.
like, man, you know what?
It
Never
is.
fucking mind, bro. Never mind, bro. For real.
It's like, yo, I am glad that we're able, that me and Keisha agree on the things that we agree on with parenting. Because I love my parents to the universe and back, but I'm not raising them the way that they were taught to
Absolutely
raise
not.
kids. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. When
Not a
I
fear-based relationship.
nope, not happening. When I tell people that we don't whoop our kids, they look at us like we're crazy. And I look at them like, you are damaged. And I want you to be fixed because you're thinking we have the problem here. And that is not how this works. That's not how this works at all. Somebody straight up unfriended me on Facebook because they didn't agree with that. And they're from Uniontown. And I'm still befuddled to this day that you stood on the grounds of beating kids that much that you're like, nope, I don't want that nigga in my presence. That
That's
doesn't make
crazy.
any sense. That
That's
doesn't
crazy.
make any sense. You were no, that is your
That's
stance.
crazy.
That's solid. That you're willing to get me up out of here. All right.
Well, whooping unfriend. Yeah, we need to get him up out of there. Get him up out of there, unfriend.
It's like the latest thing, and I don't want to talk about this on because I know how much it goes in circles. The latest thing that people are talking about now on social media is the fight between the substitute teacher and the student. And For those maybe in the listening audience who isn't familiar with this, what's happening is a substitute teacher was taking the phones of the students who were likely distracted by the phones or whatever they in class. One of the students didn't like that more than the rest of them, which was odd because another student was recording this. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But she went up there to the desk to try to get her phone back. And in the process of that, she swung first at the teacher. And the teacher, without a second's thought, swung back fast, hard, and often to the point to where she got the kid on the ground and she was still fighting her and then just like put both her hands on her head to hold her against the floor. So my reaction to this, and I really hate going to people's pages to comment stuff. I don't like doing that. But my reaction was, I understand the instant fight emotion there, depending on who you are and where you came from, and all of that. There's a bunch of things at play there where you're not immediately thinking this is a child. However, even if you have that response, that has to be something that clicks in your head and say, yes, this is a child. And even though this child sprung on me, I can restrain this child without having to fight her like we're in the UFC octagon. Because that is what happened. You don't have to do that. And she's way bigger than the student. She could have very easily restrained the student until other teachers arrived to help her out. But the immediate response that I seen was, "Oh, couldn't be my kid. I'll come up there and help the teacher." You will come help the teacher whoop yet? Nah. I'm not even getting that sentence completely.
So I want to
Um,
see this video because I've been
I was gonna say I haven't heard of this instance, so this
I've
is
heard
new.
of it, but I feel like this would be a great conversation for next week.
yeah,
I
and
will not be on next.
one of
Yes.
the more graphic things about it is when the teacher get on the ground, you realize the teacher ain't got no underwear on. So
So she
that's
fighting cheeked out,
she's out, all the way out,
cheeked out in a school is crazy.
all the way out, all the way out. But see, another thing that I tell people all the time, because when they get to this situation, it's always, oh, this generation don't know how to act, and this generation this that. You don't even have to be a history buff to know that history will tell you this shit ain't new. Especially if you're Christian and you've read anything in the Old Testament. None of this shit is new. Old Testament is dark and violent as hell. So none of what you're trying to put on this generation is they don't know how to act is new. But just for the terms of American society, none of this is new. Even the school shooting stuff. Now, at the degree in which it is, that's new. The only thing that is new is the technology that we use. From the stuff that I've been reading a lot with philosophy, and God, I want to stop. I want to stop having an interest in philosophy because one of the things philosophy has taught me is all this shit is a circle. The beginning is a question. Then you look through a few things to find a few answers. You condense them answers to find the overall answer. Like, bam, there I go. And then you wait a minute. It's like, but wait, what if? And then it's all that shit all over. And it interests the hell out of me, but it bothers the hell out of me. But one of the things I've walked away with philosophy is everything is everything. And what I mean by that is everything is as good as you think it is, and everything is as bad as you think it is. But the key to all of that shit is what's in the middle. What makes you smile? What makes you rest? What brings you peace? That's where you focus on. Because all that everything is gonna still be everything.
Thank you, Isa Damas.
You motherfucker.
So
Don't read philosophy, people, or read philosophy. I don't.
before we get out of here, I got to tell y'all something that happened to me today. It's fucking hilarious.
What you got?
All right. So, today I was getting some stuff ready to go. We're starting a new project. Supplies need to be ordered. Inventory needs to happen. It's a pretty dirty job cleaning out a Connex box, right? Because of what we deal with, dust and everything is everywhere, right? So, we're not taking our personal vehicles to what we call a hot house because
Okay.
it's it's this building that has heaters because in the wintertime because dirt freezes. Did you
Yeah.
which I didn't know that fucking happened, but dirt freezes.
Yeah.
And so in the
I
wintertime, we
didn't know
take it
that
to the
happened.
hothouse and it unthaws so it can be dumped. Well, in the summertime, the hothouse is just a building
Okay.
that stores all the shit we need for the winter, right? So this Connex box is in the hothouse. We clean it out, it's dirty and all that stuff. All right. So we're like, fuck it, let's go eat. Now, my company has these 2022 GMC 2500s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Duramax.
Yeah,
So the real
understood.
deal
Mm-hmm.
trucks, all right? So we're
Mm-hmm.
driving to get something to eat, right? We get out of this restaurant and this brand new, pretty much $80,000-$90,000 truck, right? Me, a black dude, is driving. Lady to the left of me gets out of her like 94 Honda Civic, like window taped up, all that, right? She gets out, she sees me, gets out. She sees me, she reaches in her I've never seen somebody reach in her purse this fast. She reaches in her purse and she locks her doors. I was like, I can snatch your window out right now. It's a garbage bag. You It's like, bro, I couldn't even enjoy my lunch. It's like, she really just played me, you know? And I'm sitting here and I'm like, damn, I'm in a brand new truck and she in a beat up ass car. And I'm the nigga. I'm still the nigga in this situation. We should be locking our stuff.
What?
She did get to the counter and didn't have enough money for her food.
Karma's a bitch.
And in any other situation, I would have gladly have helped because I hate to see people not be able to eat because I like to eat.
Yeah.
Eating is amazing.
Important.
Eating is important. So like food is just amazing. Like food is just like this thing. And I was like, damn, and she $1.07 short. Fuck that bitch.
Straight up.
Sucks to suck.
Fuck that bitch. And look,
Yo,
while she was sitting to the side, waiting for her dude to cash up her $1.70. We ordered like $50 worth of food.
straight up. Right here. Yo, look, I know you wanted to end on that note, but I want to ask quickly. Let me ask y'all something.
Okay,
In a
go ahead.
relationship, is there anything this other person could be doing as a profession, that you're like, I like everything about you, but that is a deal breaker. We can't be together. What is that one thing?
A prosecutor.
Damn. That was quick and it makes sense, but damn.
I've thought
After
about
I,
this.
after I get Lionel answer, I got to come back around to that because I got additional questions.
Get Jen, because I'm still thinking.
Okay, so being that you're in that world, do you just view prosecutors as like soulless, heartless people that look, I'm doing this for the money and to see if I can work around this courtroom to win?
No, so like I view prosecutors like the police of the lawyer world, and I also wouldn't date a police officer. But that doesn't necessarily mean that all of them are bad, but they work within a bad system, and I find that hard to trust.
Gotcha. Okay. Word. Lionel, really?
I don't think I could date a florist.
That is the most random shit I've ever heard, but I need
Just
to
think
know.
about somebody talking about hydrangeas and annuals all day. It's like, oh my God, shut the fuck up.
All right, look. So because I was talking about what people were sending to me, I like just looked up to see what some of the stuff was back there. And one guy hit me up. He's like, "What up, bro? I want to share this. Look, I started kicking it with this woman that I clicked with on all levels. We good in conversation, same taste in music, same on spirituality, all of that. She got a past though. Like I heard a lot about her in her younger years. I even asked her about it, and she confirmed. She also told me she was an escort once and a stripper before. She said she could be in a monogamous relationship, but haven't met many
Hey,
people,
buddy.
guys or girls, that she's had successful relationships with. I dig her, but I'm trying to get over her past. He
Sounds like a
also
you
mentioned
problem.
he also mentioned that she was a dancer again. She was a stripper again. I don't remember exactly what I said to him, but I remember I remember what I would give somebody advice for in this situation is everything that happened before you is none of your
Hmm. That's a you problem.
business. I mean, unless she's bringing something to you dangerous, like yeah, I don't know, somebody, and even then you can't really put it all on her if she got like a crazy ex or something that won't leave her alone. But if it's something that's gonna directly affect your health, then maybe that's different. But if her past is stuff like that, and if she's in sex work, which is honestly still work,
It's
um,
just another form of doing labor. You're still selling your labor.
is is still work. And from what I've heard from strippers, it's not easy. So,
Still got to clock in, my
so
guy.
I, but it was that situation that popped out to me. I was wondering if there was anything that you could think about. It's like, nope, I want to be with that person.
I got another one.
What's up?
Um, like the people who sing in like childhood shows, like children's shows.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, couldn't do it.
Like Disney on Ice stuff.
No. Like the educational shit.
Ah, gotcha.
I couldn't do it.
Uh, okay. Okay.
Listen,
Nobody
Mel,
who's doing Sesame Street.
like, right. Just like anybody who works for like, if she used to be like one of the Wiggles or Yo Gabba Gab, like, no, that's a
Get
deal
out
breaker.
of
Get out of
here.
here. I just,
So
I just,
you pay up for it and everything is cool. You go over to her house and she opened the closet in some kind of way. She still got a costume from a show that she was on, and a whole goddamn Teletubby fall out the
bitch, did
closet.
you used
What's
to work
happening?
for Yo Gabba Gabba? Hey, yo, man, I'm out, bro. I'm out, bro. Did you used
Were
to
you
work for
on
fucking Yo Gabba Gabba?
Little? Would have been. Nah.
That's crazy.
So Mel is a teacher, and we're gonna end on this. And sometimes
Okay,
Mel have to snap out of the fact that she's not at school anymore. And it's the
I believe that.
funniest shit.
I believe that.
Bro, like my
Teacher voice.
favorite is when she's like, she's telling me to do something and she's calling me friend because at school they have to they call each other friend. It's like, hey, we got to empty the dishwasher, friend. It's like, wait, what? No, it's 7 o'clock. You're not at work.
Try again.
Like, it's the funniest shit. It's the best. Like dating a teacher is fucking hilarious sometimes
It gotta be. It gotta be.
because sometimes you still catch them like in teacher mode. It's like, hey, what are you, what are you doing? Don't don't do that. but
That's
still,
funny.
it's great. So, damn, we talked about a lot of bullshit tonight.
Whole lot.
We went from Patriot Mobile to dating
That shit is
florists.
still wild. That shit.
Patriot Mobile is wild. Listen,
I'm not even surprised, which is worse.
That is the thank you.
I really want somebody who has Patriot Mobile or who even thinks Patriot Mobile is a good idea, because what's a Christian phone company, honestly?
Yo, if you tell me a Christian, you tell me you're a Christian phone company. And if I ask you for the phone number to heaven, you can't get mad at
Exactly.
me. You just can't get mad at me. I don't want to hear nothing
If I
but the
can't
phone
order,
number.
right, if I can't order as many guns as I want off of your Wi-Fi, you ain't Second Amendment.
No,
Fuck you.
no, I'm telling you, if I ask you for the phone number to heaven and you don't give it to me, I'm just call you a fraud. And I'm assuming because you told me you was a Christian phone company. So I expect my prayers to be answered faster. All of that.
I
No.
should be able to send Jesus a text and Jesus
Where's
responds.
that direct line to God? Come on.
Exactly.
Where
Look,
is
if I
it?
can't get it,
I'm
this is
paying
false
$30 a
advertisement.
month for a gig of data. Y'all bullshitting me.
Absolutely not.
But anyway, thank you guys for coming along with us. Hopefully Sean is out of jail and he'll be on Pit Bulls and Parolees next season. Sacramento Kings made the playoffs, so them flying Sean out actually worked. So, Sean's pussy got a team to the playoffs for the first time in, like, what is it? 06, 07.
It's been a while.
So thanks, Sean. Domantas Sabonis, thanks you. Okay. Next week, like I said, I'll probably be in Georgia, Florida. And if Sean is listening, he'll be ready for my arrival. I don't know. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whenever we fucking make it, honestly. Like, I promise y'all we're gonna do it. I promise we're gonna do it. It's just, the economy, and there's a solar eclipse next year that Indiana's in the path of totality for. Just throwing that out there. Indianapolis to be exact.
Okay.
And JE's got, like, he's making music and stuff. There's just no time. There's not enough time in the day.
Yeah, I literally got a session, 5-hour session coming up in like 2 weeks.
So yeah, like, we can't make a TikTok until JE's is done with that session. At
Man,
least
no,
until
session
he's
can't.
done with that
No,
section.
not doing that.
That
No,
session.
no,
So
no.
and then if you also want to blame anybody, blame Jen. I'm just saying. She's
Listen,
probably
if I find the time to cut down videos while I'm on a flight to Vancouver, maybe something will get done.
she's probably the
So
most
jealous.
and least busiest person on this podcast.
So jealous. I would love to just go to Canada for that. It's so jealous.
So
I'm gonna be there for almost a week for work, and I'm kind of excited.
So jealous.
jet lag is a
Ooh.
motherfucker.
Yeah, I know jet lag's gonna be another
So,
fucker.
all right. Well, we appreciate y'all. At this point, you should have already clicked to the next video. I'm just look. 5 seconds of awkward silence.